Yo, what's up, my non-neurotypicals and my neurotypical cross-watchers, or whatever. So, this one is another bipolar story. I think this is my 6th one in my manic anime. Where we last left off, I was being sent to the psychiatric ward mental hospital. This would be my first ever time going to a mental hospital. Now, first thing I would like to say to anybody that has mental issues, don't be afraid if you're psychotic, doing stupid shit, to get yourself admitted to a psychiatric ward, a mental hospital, because it's better to spend 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, hell, even a fucking month in a mental hospital than it is to do something really stupid, catch a felony charge, and spend years in prison. That's just what it is. So, I get sent to the mental hospital, and the first thing I can remember is that I got set up with a roommate who was clearly going through some, like, major depression. Like, dude slept all day, didn't get out of bed. I probably saw him, like, once or twice out of bed the whole time I was there. This is a short admission. It was, like, the shortest that you could get, which is, like, 3 days, and then I got out. But I will walk you through this mental hospital journey that I had the best that I can remember it. Like I said, I'm 19 at the time, and I'm now 24, so this is a while ago. First thing I can remember is this black lady, can't remember anybody's name, but I get out of my room and she's like, yo, you want to see... Well, first off, I'm like, they took all my stuff, my clothes. I only had like a gown and like some socks that they gave me and all other sorts of stuff. So like, that's kind of what I was wearing, and that's kind of what everybody was wearing. But yeah, she was like, look, you want to find out something really cool? Like, this is how you clean stuff up. And she, like, took her sock and just started, like, wiping all the dirt on the ground and, like, moving it. Like, just separating it, and it was, like, gone. And, like, in my mind, I'm like, you know, you didn't really clean anything up. You just kind of moved stuff around. So, like, that was the first kind of person I met that, like, was my first, like, acquaintance friend thing in the mental hospital. So we're just like talking and all this other stuff, and then some other black lady comes up to me, and she's a little bit more awkward, shy. We make acquaintances pretty like fast or whatever, and she declares me her friend. And then the first girl I met was like, wow, you really hitting off with the black girls. You should like consider like going after black girls more often, because we like you and all this other shit. So it was really funny, like, to me that she said that. Then this is like the weirdest part of like the whole experience, but there was rooms, I mean, there was like a place where you could hang out and color and draw and stuff, and there was like also the food was like there, and like that's where we ate, but there was also like a room with like just a TV and some seats or whatever. There was this old guy, he was like fucking like late 70s, like 80 years old. Like, dude looked like he's about to croak any minute, bro. And so he was just chilling in there watching some TV. And so I went in there just like to talk to him. I guess bro thought I was hot as fuck. I don't know what it was, but he like took my hand. I'm like, okay. And he like before, because it caught me off guard, before I could like really understand what was going on, he grabbed my hand and he put it on his dick. Like, he straight just like put it on his like dick, and it was like rock fucking hard solid. And I was like, whoa. Like, I pulled off and I was like, yo, no, that's not what I'm about. So like, he took his shot, I guess, was like his mindset. Like, that's the like what he wanted to do. Like, he took his shot, but I declined him very fast. I like left. Like immediately, like I was like, yo bro, like no, this ain't, I'm not about that kind of time right now. So I like left there, but like I said, at this point I'm still psychotic, so I'm still like thinking I'm Jesus, all this other stuff. The more I go on in this mental hospital, the more I'm thinking like I'm Jesus and shit like that. So that was one thing. And then all of a sudden, I push on this door and I'm like, yo, bro, I can get out of here. Like, this is like opening. So I was like, yo, bro, I'm just gonna open this shit and make a run for it. So I fucking push the door and I just start sprinting, bro. And there's this door like away from me, and I'm like thinking it's like the other door where I'm just gonna be able to push it open. So I'm like running. I fucking collide with this door, dude. Like, it was locked. I fucking hit it on my head and I'm like, oh fuck. And like a little bit, so like I'm bleeding a bit. And so these people, they like fucking rush to me, like all of the people working at the mental hospital, they like rush to me. They're like, and I'm like, no, because like I guess, I don't know, trauma from jail, I don't know what it was, but they thought it was really weird. Like, they commented on it when they were talking about each other, and they were like, he thought we were gonna hurt him or something like that. And then so they're rolling me back, and like as I get to like the main area where everybody is, and I'm just gonna say, whenever I get into a mental hospital, like, I fucking start commotion, like, first day, like, anytime I get to a mental hospital, like, people quickly know who the fuck I am. Like, I get my street cred up, like, hard, like, my fucking mental fucking hospital cred, like, the psycho cred, I guess is what you would call it. I get my psycho cred up fast when I'm in, like, a fucking mental hospital. But, so, they were doing that, and as soon as, like, I went, like, they rolled me past, like, that old guy, that, like, 80-year-old dude who tried to get some, looked and pointed at me, and he's like, you're not supposed to be here. And I was like, obviously he said that because I'm fucking Jesus, dude. Like, that's what, like, he, you know, like, I thought about, I was like, oh, man, like, he knows that, like, I'm above all this, and, like, I'm just Christ consciousness, and like I'm gonna save the world. And like that's, I don't know what he meant by that, but like he said that. Or at least that's what I remember. I don't know. It's always like, did people say the things that I said there, or did I like hear something I wanted to hear, or like what it was? But like that's what I remember. So like that's what kept psyching me up. After that point, when they were rolling me, they rolled me to some like confinement area, like they were gonna put me in a room, bro. And like, I guess in a bed or some other shit. At least until like I calmed down. But like the guy there, the like guard dude, you know, he's about to close the door on me, and I go, no! And I fucking stop it before it closes. And he looks at me like he got stunned by that. I was like, and he's like, alright. And then like, I fucking just, I'm like, I'm gonna stay right here. You don't have to close it on me. I'm gonna stay right here. It's gonna be chill. And he's like, okay. Alright, my camera died, and I cleaned the Coke Zeros up because that was really bothering me. But yeah, so the rest of the people came back in, like the people that worked at the mental hospital, and they were like, okay, you're good to go. You can hang out with everybody else now. So yeah, then after that, you know, everybody kind of wanted to talk to me. We ate food and we talked, and the food was alright. But that's kind of how that day went. And so before we went to bed, you know, we had medications. They gave us out medications. They you know, prescribed something to me for that, you know, those 3 days that I was there. And for me, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Because I was kind of into, you know, drugs at this point. So I was like, ooh, I want to see what this is like, you know, what these do. And I mean, they're not fun drugs, but like, that's my mind. Like, I just wanted to get addicted to everything. Next day, yeah, guy in my room was still wanting to sleep the whole time. And then it was like, the only thing I can remember really from this day is like in visiting hours, where you know, like my parents came. So before my parents came, the awkward shy girl, her parents came and she was like introduced me to them, and they were like, look, this is my friend, and hey, these are my parents, blah 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 blah. So I met them and that was cool. And then my parents came and I just talked with them. They're like, what's going on, all that other stuff, just regular kind of interaction that you would have with your child in like when he's in a mental hospital. Then after they left, the shy awkward girl came up to me and she was like, you didn't introduce me to your parents, I thought we were friends. I was like, holy fuck, dude. And it wasn't a joke, because like she was like on the verge of like crying and she was like, we're not friends anymore, and she like left, and I was like, well, fuck, dude. Shit. And so like that's kind of how that went down. But then court and stuff was being talked about. Everybody was like when they were getting out. But yeah, so I mean that's basically that day. And then the third day comes up and we have time to go outside. And so everybody's out there, even the old dude and other people, and some people were like, I was bragging about how fast I was for whatever reason. And I was like, can we race? Is that cool? And they were like, he was like, yeah, sure. So I raced, but I'm in like my gown. And so I didn't realize it was kind of windy. And so like I'm running really fast and I'm like totally beating them. Like just, it's not even a thing. Obviously it's just like not the old guy, but like some young people. And but while I'm running, fucking my gown like flips up and everybody caught a glimpse of my dick, bro. Quickly the guy was like, whoa. all right, let's go inside. And so we went in because of that. Then, you know, yeah, I mean, it was just court. I had my court date. They were like, you know, dress up something a little bit nice. You know, my parents brought me something, and it was like a polo or whatever. I was like, well, wasn't gonna, you know, it wasn't a big deal. Like, they knew I was in like a mental hospital, but they're like, you know, dress up nice, go to the court. So we went in there, and it is weird because it's just like, it doesn't feel like court. For me, it's like we're playing court, you know what I mean? Because it's just, but it's a serious, like, it's actually what it is. But at the time, it was like really, you know, weird and not serious to me. But they eventually deemed that I was acceptable to be released. And so I basically got released. But that was kind of like my first, you know, that was my first experience in a mental hospital. I don't remember all that happened, but there are 2 more incidents where I'm in a mental hospital that I have more recollection of. Probably each one will get more detailed. But this one was, I remember the key parts. But yeah, that was it. And next we go into my always fun depression arc. Where I just sit in my bed, or lay in my bed for like 4 months. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little story. I hope it gave a glimpse of, you know, that kind of experience. Just remember, whatever you do, don't kill yourself. It can always get better. Bipolar Dude out.